What's up, everybody, and welcome to Truthcast TV. Hope everybody's having a wonderful afternoon. And I got an interesting story I'm going to bring to my subscribers today. A very interesting decision by the Supreme Court today. Supreme Court refuses to block lawsuit against the gun manufacturer brought by Sandy Hook families. Now, I want to start this video out by saying I send my condolences and prayers out to the victims and the families of all the victims of the Sandy Hook shooting. And in no way am I trying to say anything negative about any of the families or any of the victims of the Sandy Hook shooting. I just wanted to make that clear. And I send my prayers and my condolences out to the victims and the families of the victims of the terrible, terrible tragedy that happened at Sandy Hook. And now that I've said that, let's get into a little bit about what the Supreme Court did today. Supreme Court refuses to block lawsuit against gun manufacturer brought by Sandy Hook families. The Supreme Court refused today to shield a major arms manufacturer from potential liability in a 2012 school shooting that left 26 students and educators dead in Newtown, Connecticut. The justice's action allows a lawsuit filed by parents of the Sandy Hook elementary victims to move forward at the state level on the allegation that Remington Arms marketed the military-style rifle used in the mass shooting for use in assaults against human beings. And if y'all hear some noise in the background today, I'm sorry about that. There's a lot of wind today, and I think it's trying to blow my house down, so, I apologize for that. And but I digress. The case tests the reach of a 2005 law passed by Congress to protect firearm manufacturers from being held liable for crimes committed by gun purchasers. The law was held by National Rifle Associations, but it included exceptions, including one violation for rules related to marketing and advertising. Gun control advocates have said a victory by the families in the long-running dispute could lead to more lawsuits and damaging disclosures involving the firearms industry. The Connecticut Supreme Court ruled 4-3 in March that Remington can be sued because of the way the AR-15 style Bushmaster rifle was marketed. The family's lawsuit contends that Remington glorified the gun in advertising aimed at young people, including in violent video games. The Sandy Hook killer, Adam Lanza, was 20 when he shot and killed his mother at home and then went to Newtown School and gunned down first graders and educators. Lanza then killed himself. The Supreme Court already had gun rights case on its docket. The case to be heard in early December will decide whether a New York regulation that restricts the transportation of legally owned guns violates their owners' constitutional rights. In court papers, Donald Verrilli, the lawyer for the family suing Remington, said its advertising continued to exploit the fantasy of all-conquering lone gunmen, proclaiming forces of opposition bow down. You are single-handedly outnumbered. Scott Keller, the lawyer representing Remington, told the court that under 2005 federal law, the lawsuit is exactly the kind of case arising from a criminal's misuse of a firearm that may not be brought in any federal or state court. Wow. That's why I wanted to bring y'all this story today. I wanted to get y'all's opinion. And I just want to see how my subscribers or anybody else that watches this video feels about this lawsuit. Should they be allowed to sue Remington over them manufacturing AR-15s? It's a really gray area right there with me, because I've always operated off of the way I see it is guns kill people, not the people. Like, guns don't kill people. People have to pull the trigger on them guns. So that's where I stand with it. I don't really see how you could sue a gun manufacturer for somebody. I mean, that's kind of like, if you ask me, that's kind of like somebody being able to sue a video game maker, say like Quake, or I used to play 007 on a Nintendo 64, deathmatch. But to me, that would be like letting, parents or people sue a video game maker because their kid used to play that video game and then went out, grabbed one of their guns and killed a bunch of people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? the way I see it is, yes, a lot, if you grow up around parents, say your parents are really into guns, especially if you live down south where I am, I'm in North Carolina, and I live basically in the Bible Belt, and everybody I know's basically got a gun or a rifle, either a pistol or a rifle or both, and assault rifles, whatever. But just because they're there, just because if they, even though they may be laying around, doesn't mean you have to pick one up and go do a bunch of terrible shit with it. I mean, now I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 year olds, but at the age of about, I'd say 13, 14, 15, you should know the difference between right or wrong when it comes to picking a gun up and going and killing, a bunch of people, whether it's in a school, a church, a Walmart, wherever the hell it's at. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So, you know, the gun manufacturer, when they make these guns, I mean, of course they're not going to know this, of course they're not going to know somebody's going to, especially a young kid is going to go pick one of their, AR-15s up and go kill a bunch of people. I mean, so I just don't see how this, they could do that. I really don't. And if they let this go through and this does happen and they get to sue the gun makers right here, this is going to open up, lawsuits for a whole lot of other shit that it's just, the only way I can explain this, like if they allow this to happen and it actually does happen and they get to sue Remington for this, people will be suing everybody for everything then. And, but I think that's where we're headed to, man. I think that's, I don't know though. Y'all just let me know how y'all feel about this. This is a really, really gray area right here for me. I don't, but anyway, I just want to get y'all's opinion on that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Should they be able to sue Remington for making AR-15 and for their, and for what Adam Lanza did? Should Remington be able to get sued by the families of Sandy Hook? Y'all let me know in the comment section below. Hope everybody has a great day. And remember, stay woke, and I'm out. Until next time.